Obviously, we're seeing things like Apple Pay and Google Wallet emerge now and create these platforms for using your phone to pay. How this is different from a traditional mechanism like cash or a card is that this can give you information before the payment and after the payment. And this is the opportunity for innovation. It's not necessarily putting a plastic card inside the phone. That's the opportunity. The opportunity is for information to help you make a decision before you pay. Should I buy this? Should I go out for dinner tonight? I can't afford dinner, maybe I'll go out for coffee instead. These are some of the mechanisms of where we're starting to understand that the behavior of your money, or the behavior of how you spend, and how you deal with your money, this can be encapsulated in a mobile in a much smarter way than traditional banking accounts and payment mechanisms like credit cards work. Breaking Banks is the title of my new book. We just launched it here at the event in German, which is very exciting. But my premise is that banking is already broken. Because the experience that we've built in banks over the last couple of hundred years no longer works in the world that we're moving into. So what breaks banks is customer behavior. This is why I spend my time on the road talking about these sorts of innovations and talking about the way consumer behavior changes and the way the market is moving, to try and help banks understand where they have to move to. But surprisingly, there's a lot of resistance. Primarily, when you look at industries that have been disrupted over the last couple of hundred years, you'll traditionally get a player that's been in that business. Maybe they've made their money and built this business over 30, 40 years. So for them to start thinking about they need to radically change their business model is very difficult, because they're saying, but we've made a lot of money and we've been very successful this way, why do we need to change? And so then when you have businesses like this, like Blockbuster or Kodak or Polaroid or Borders, etc., right up until that last moment, just before they go bankrupt, they still are clinging on to the belief that their business model will survive. But when we look at disruption over 200, 250 years with technology being introduced, there's not one company that's ever survived that process of technology disruption without adapting to new behaviors. So this is the key. We need to start thinking about how does the organization need to behave moving forward, how are customers changing their behavior, and how does the organization meet that behavior with new experiences, new products and services, and enabling, in this case, banking in a different way day to day. This is actually the first time I've launched a book at an event. I've done, actually my first book, Bank 2.0, I launched at the Asian Banking Summit in Singapore, so they tell a lie. This is the second time I've done it, but it's the first time I've done a foreign language book launched at an event. It's always exciting, because it's that opportunity to be there with your readers, give them a copy of the book, sign it, greet them and meet them, and give them a bit of the heart and soul that you put into the book firsthand to the audience. So for me, it's been a really precious, really valuable opportunity to do that. I'm very excited. It's my first German translation. The previous books have all done very well in Germany. They've all been bestsellers, but this time, having it in the German language, I think that's a fantastic opportunity. I'm very excited.